The sea was furious, swollen by a week of relentless storms, battering the coastline of the little tourist cove like a beast unbound. Waves heaved and collided, wind tore salt from the surface, and the water moved with an angry, unfamiliar logic. Somewhere offshore, an underwater landslide, a shifting of the seabed after days of rain and tremor, had hurled a sudden surge and violent, erratic currents into the bay. What had been a gentle tourist harbor the week before now seethed with hidden menace. Out on a slick, black reef, splashed and glistening with spray, clung a tiger cub. No more than a few months old, the cub's tiny claws scraped uselessly for purchase on wet rock. Each tidal heave tried to pry him loose and fling him into the open sea. His mew was thin and panicked, swallowed again and again by the roar of water. On the sandy promenade above, a solitary traveler watched in horror. He had been a visitor, not a rescuer, a man who wandered coastlines for their beauty, not their tragedies. At his side sat a faithful dog, a golden-coated companion who had followed him through towns and trails, beaches and alleys. The man's breath caught when he saw the cub's helpless flailing. He tore a long branch from a battered driftwood pile, crawled to the wet edge, and thrust it out. For a heartbeat, the cub's paw brushed it. For an instant, hope. But a hidden trough in the surge yanked the branch away. The current seized it like a toy and hurled it down the line of breaking waves. The man's boots slid on algae, his hands trembled. Despair pressed cold and sharp into his chest. He knew the sea would take him if he jumped. The cove's undertow was ruthless and unpredictable. Then the dog moved. Without a command, without hesitation, the dog launched himself into the frothing water. "No!" the man cried, but the surf swallowed the shout. For a moment the dog was gone beneath a wall of white. Then he broke the surface, coughing, eyes bright with an unreasoned courage. He angled across the current, clever and low-bodied, letting the waves surf past rather than meeting them head-on. Salt streaked his face, driftwood slapped him, the spray clawed at his ears, still he paddled on. The cub slipped lower on the reef, claws sparking on the wet stone. His paw finally brushed the dog's muzzle, then the dog twisted and offered his back like a small living raft. The cub scrambled, clawing and digging with the stubborn, raw energy of youth, and managed to haul himself astride the dog's shoulders. Two small lives were now locked together in a desperate ride, one paddling with every ounce of grit, one clinging with the last of his young strength. The man stumbled along the shore, voice ragged. "Hold on, please hold on." He splashed in, waist deep, the cold lashing at his skin, and lunged. He seized the cub with both hands, pressed the small, soaked body to his chest. The little tiger convulsed, coughed, then lay still and alive. Relief crashed in the man's chest, fierce and immediate, and then soundless thunder rolled from the thicket above the dunes. The traveler sank down beside his companion and leaned his forehead to the dog's warm flank. He ran shaking fingers through salt-soaked fur and whispered, "You're my hero." The dog's tail gave a slow, tired wag. He rested his head against the man's arm and exhaled, the fight leaving him like a tide. He knew then, with a clarity that stayed with him, that courage is not measured by size, and even the fiercest hearts can recognize kindness. Thank you for watching this story. Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear how it touched you.